Good day, everyone. Welcome to Real Conservative Headline News. I'm your host, Nathaniel Rajkumar. Starting off locally here in Trinidad and Tobago, Ministry of Health clarifies official name of Couva Children's Hospital. The Ministry of Health wishes to correct the misleading headline published in the Trinidad and Tobago Express article titled, "The Couva Hospital has no name." Every mainstream media and then the Akash media wants to know why the Prime Minister and members of her cabinet ignore their messages. Akash Samaru, once or twice while Rowley was in office, you asked him any sort of tough questions. And we big you up for that. I regret ever bigging you up in the first place, but we big you up for that. But the vast majority of time, you all humble, the entire media humble themselves up, under Emperor Rowley. But you are not doing that with Kamala Prasad Bissessa. You are very, very, very aggressive when you're dealing with Prime Minister Kamala Prasad Bissessa and her cabinet members, her administration. You're always going after them, and then you want to know why they're so quiet and they don't respond to questions and so forth. You're going up in America and to harass the Prime Minister and ask the Prime Minister what you did what you talk about with President Trump. Did you go and harass Rowley everywhere he went to ask him what type of discussions he had with world leaders, Akash Samaru? Is there any video footage that people can show me where Akash Samaru followed Rowley everywhere he went and asked him tough questions? You might have probably asked him questions, Akash Samaru always going everywhere, like CNC3, you know who, what? Right? Like the man to go and tour the whole world. Right? Okay, fine. But at the end of the day, when you used to go and follow Rowley everywhere he went, right? Did you ask him tough questions? But no, everything you want to know about what Kamala Prasad Bissessa talking behind closed doors, what she doing to our sovereignty as though our country could be able to defend ourselves if Venezuela goes rogue again. If Venezuela goes rogue again and it decides to annex Trinidad and Tobago, our regiment could defend us. You, Superman, Akash Samaru, you could defend us? Come on, man. I mean, I know I end up going astray here, but the thing about it is, mainstream media, it's not really going astray. Mainstream media continues to be very, very, very aggressive towards this administration. And yet, they want them to what? Just always be having the lines of communication open. That really sounds fair. And then you like Express, putting a big headline that is fake news. And then you expect the administration to want to willingly have any communication with you. Contrary to the claim made in the headline, the facility was reverted to its original name, Couva Children's Hospital. Thank you, Prime Minister Kamala Prasad Bissessa, because that is what it was. That is what you built that hospital many years ago for. Following approval by Cabinet in 2025. This information was provided to the reporter prior to publication, prior to publication. So why did they go ahead and post that misleading headline? The ministry also notes that signage bearing the name Couva Children's Hospital has already been installed at the front of the building. So it goes to show, I've said it over and over again, mainstream media here in Trinidad and Tobago is authors of confusion. Hold the government accountable when you should. I'm not saying no. There are times that I hold the government accountable. I don't agree with the fees and the fines and the taxes and the SOE. But with these type of things, it are just showing how you just still have a P&M heart. In addition, an external sign of larger scale is currently in the procurement process and is expected to be installed soon. The Ministry of Health remains committed to ensuring that accurate information is shared with the public and encourages media houses to reflect verified information in their reporting. Don't go anywhere. More local, regional, and international news up next. Senator Dr. Natalie Chaitan Maraj, Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of People, Social Development and Family Services, is currently leading a delegation from Trinidad and Tobago at the 70th session of the United Nations Commission on the Status of Women being held at United Nations headquarters in New York from March the 9th to the 13th, 2026. The session is convened under the theme, Ensuring and Strengthening Access to Justice for All Women and Girls, including by promoting inclusive and equitable legal systems, eliminating discriminatory laws, policies, and practices, and addressing structural barriers. The meeting follows closely on the global observance of International Women's Day on Sunday, March 8, 2026, reinforcing international commitments to advancing gender equality, protecting the rights of women and girls. Trinidad and Tobago's ambitions to become a major Caribbean transport hub received a significant boost on Sunday as Inter-Caribbean Airways launched its new service linking Trinidad and Barbados. This comes just a month after Win Air inaugurated its route between Trinidad and Tobago and St. Martin. Minister of Transport and Civil Aviation Eli Zakur says the expanded routes will strengthen regional connectivity and believes the new route reflects growing investor confidence in the national economy. Definitely so, although I don't really like Zakur himself with this increasing in all these different fines and so forth in the Ministry of Transport. But he noted that the Inter-Caribbean already links more than 20 destinations throughout the region.
Just over a month ago, we gathered here to welcome another airline to our shores with the launch of a new regional air service to Trinidad and Tobago. Today's event continues that positive momentum and reflects the growing confidence in our country as a gateway for Caribbean travel and connectivity.
Founder and chairman of Inter-Caribbean, Lyndon Gardiner, stressed the importance of the Barbados-Trinidad and Tobago route to the airline.
Trinidad and Tobago is the largest economy in the English-speaking Caribbean, the largest oil and gas produced in the region, a financial center with an educated professional workforce that moves constantly across the Caribbean on business. Energy executives, financial services professionals, engineers, lawyers, consultants. These are not leisure travelers with flexible schedules. These are professionals who need frequency and connectivity.
Meanwhile, Minister of Trade, Investment and Tourism, Satyakama Maharaj, highlighted the tourism gains expected from the introduction of these new airlines.
Increased inter-Caribbean airlift is especially important for Trinidad and Tobago because it strengthens our position as a high-value, experience-rich destination. With easier regional access, more Caribbean travelers can discover the depth of what we offer: our world-class festivals, our unmatched culinary landscape, our thriving creative sector, and our expanding portfolio of medical tourism, sports tourism, eco-visits, and food culture experiences.
The West Indies cricket team have been given the full assurance from the officials of the International Cricket Council, ICC, and organizers of the T20 World Cup of their travel back to the Caribbean. And let's just hope that they arrive safely in Jesus' name. The team members have been in India for a week following their defeat against the host in their final. Telling you, in my opinion, the West Indies team needs to be dismantled and let all the islands compete for themselves. I think we will end up succeeding even more that way. Regional news up next.
For Tuesday, the 10th of March 2026, the weather. Trinidad and Tobago is forecast to be partly sunny and breezy with a high chance of high UV levels, while conditions will be mostly fair. A few early morning or isolated showers are possible. Daily weather snapshot conditions. Partly sunny and breezy during the day, becoming partly cloudy at night. Temperature. High, -30 degrees Celsius, 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Low, -22 degrees Celsius to 23 degrees Celsius, 72 degrees Fahrenheit to 74 degrees Fahrenheit. Precipitation, 15 to 25% chance of light showers, most likely in the early morning. Wind, easterly at roughly 18 kilometers per h, 11 miles per hour, with potential for higher gusts near any passing showers. Sun and air, UV index, high, 7 to very high. 10 sun protection is strongly recommended. Sunrise C, sunset. 6:14 a.m. subteam 6, 15 p.m. sea condition. Marine interests should expect moderate to rough sea conditions, with wave heights typically ranging between 2.0 m and 3.0 m in open waters.
In an effort to reduce traffic congestion from the windward side of the island into Kingston, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, a roundabout is being proposed for Arnos Vale. The proposal was revealed by Minister of Transport, Infrastructure and Physical Planning, Nigel Stevenson, while speaking on radio on Friday, as he and his cabinet colleagues, including leader Dr. Godwin Friday, commemorate their first 100 days in office and doing a whole lot of work in that 100 days. Minister Stevenson said discussions regarding the plan have commenced as authorities look at ways to reroute traffic, which has increasingly become a problem along that corridor. It's nice to see development taking place in St. Vincent and the Grenadines under this new administration.
That in the works, we have already drawings and all of these things for reconfiguration of the Arnisvale area.
Right.
That is causing a roundabout is coming.
Right.
Yeah.
Roundabout is coming.
And also one of the things that we are planning to do is from the Arnisvale tarmac area into Kingstown to have at least an additional lane. So in the morning, for example, we can open 2 lanes from the windward side into Kingstown.
Wow. Okay.
And coming out of Kingstown, we would have 1 lane. And in the evening, where you have this ridiculous traffic, we reverse the process and have 2 lanes going out of Kingstown.
The United States is looking to deepen its energy partnership with Guyana, as U.S. Secretary of Energy Chris Wright identified the rapidly growing oil producer as a critical partner in the broader strategy for energy production across the Western Hemisphere. Wonderful news for the people of Guyana. The Trump administration's goal is to grow the production of energy and other natural resources right here in the Western Hemisphere. This is our backyard. We want strong partners, strong nations, and strong energy production. Why would anyone be against something like that? You're studying about sovereignty. We are talking about mainstream media, the Akash media, and the tribal leaders throughout the Caribbean studying about sovereignty. Guyana is a huge part of this strategy, a very well-governed country with great energy resources that's starting to produce them. That's a win for Guyana. That's a win for the United States. It's a win for the Western Hemisphere, the officials said. Additionally, President Irfan Ali emphasized that regional energy security is important for Guyana, noting that that part of his government's objective is to expand the country's energy footprint and build sustainability in the energy portfolio, not petroleum, but also gas. So Trinidad and Tobago and Guyana heading towards third world status because they are putting aside tribal politics. They're putting the colonial past in the past. They're leaving it in the past. And they're saying, you know what? We are a nation today, a democratic nation today, because of a lot of what took place during our colonial period, our colonial era. We're thankful for that. And therefore, we also appreciate our greatest ally in the world, United States of America. An earthquake with a magnitude 3.9 was felt in sections of Kingston and St. Andrew in Jamaica early Monday morning, according to the earthquake unit at the University of the West Indies, Mona. There were no reports of injuries, thankfully, or damage. The unit said the tremor occurred at 6:50 a.m. Thankfully, no damage to infrastructure or no one was hurt. And that is really good. I mean, Jamaica has been really enduring a lot of problems, a lot of natural disasters. I think this hurricane, Beryl was the year before, and then last year was Melissa. Melissa was the big kahuna though, but wow. I'm telling you, I saw videos of entire villages, entire areas, homes were underwater. Free National Movement candidate for Central Grand Bahama Gibson in a statement said the death of broadcast journalist Sabrina Brown on Sunday strikes with great sadness. The person was a young woman, you know, boy. You had to be wondering, boy, why so many of these young people are dying? Does this really have anything to do with the 2020 to 2021-22 era and what took place? You know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, then. Gibson remembered her as a talented former writer at the Freeport News and highlighted her remarkable career at the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas Northern Service as a broadcast journalist. Now, I don't take this report given because of her death. I'm not saying anything that she died because of the 2021 era. I'm just saying in general. She was a strong leader who used her journalistic skills and platform to help strengthen our communities and her battle with illness to create awareness and inspire others. So it seems as though she had a pre-existing condition. On behalf of the Central Grand Bahama family, in the video, the official said, I extend heartfelt condolences to the entire family, friends, and colleagues. Condolences to the family as well. I am saying condolences to the family and friends as well. For the first time, Barbados will have a female coach for the Carifta Games to be held this year in Grenada. Really happy for Grenada too. This will boost their economy a bit. A lot of tourism will take place, and remember, those small islands depend on the tourism sector to generate foreign revenue. Noel Lynch, president of the Athletics Association of Barbados, last night announced Desiree Gamble would head the team. Gamble Ni Kichlo is a former Carifta Games medalist and local record holder. She has been an assistant coach for several years now, but has a strong support system including Alwyn Bab, Brian Holder, and Ramon Armstrong, all former head coaches. Good luck to you being the new coach, of course. That is wonderful news.
These are volunteer officials who turn up here almost every week to look after our children, the children of Barbados. Give our officials a round of applause for me, please. And then earlier last year, we put in place a National Junior Development Program. The National Junior Development Program is not perfect, but in our opinion, it's bearing fruit. Up to now, without including all of the events completed, we have 45 qualifiers for the Carifta Games. Now, I don't think we've ever entered the Carifta Games with so many qualifiers. This is our management team for Carifta 2026. These are the people who are going to look after our athletes. We expect big things.
International news now. Trump and Netanyahu to decide Iran's fate together. President Donald Trump made it clear in a direct interview with the Times of Israel, the end of the war with Iran comes down to a mutual call between him and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. No unilateral pullback, no weak concessions, just coordinated strength until the job is done right. I am really thankful to see President Trump finally showing respect to his most powerful ally, Israel, during this time, because for a while I didn't like how he was speaking and treating Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Trump emphasized he's making the final decision at the precise moment it comes after close consultation with Israel's leader. So of course, he had to take all the credits. He's saying he's making the final decision, but he's showing that he's collaborating, and he's also communicating with the Prime Minister of Israel, and that is wonderful. Their partnership has already hammered in Iran's regime hard, destroying capabilities that once threatened Israel's existence. The message is unmistakable. America and Israel stand united against the mullahs, and they will finish this fight on their terms. Finally, President Trump is finishing the job in Iran.
Everybody understands it. Together with our Israeli partners, we're crushing the enemy in an overwhelming display of technical skill and military force. Iran's drone and missile capability is being utterly demolished. The Navy is gone. It's all lying at the bottom of the ocean. 46 ships. Can you believe it? In fact, I got a little upset with our people. I said, what quality of ship? Excellent, sir. Top of the line. I said, why did we just capture the ship? We could have used it. Why did we sink them? They said, it's more fun to sink them. I said, they like sinking them better. They say it's safer to sink them. I guess it's probably true. Their terrorist leaders are gone. We're counting down the minutes until they will be gone. Think of it. We had leaders, and they're gone. Then we had new leaders, and they're gone. And now nobody has any idea who the people are that are going to be the head of the country, and will not relent until the enemy is totally and decisively defeated. We go forward more determined than ever to achieve ultimate victory that will end this long-running danger once and for all. 47 years. It should have been done a long time ago. Many opportunities. The United States of America is the greatest and most exceptional nation in human history and will not be threatened by evil terrorists and lunatics any longer. We just can't do that. And there was a dark cloud hanging over not only Israel, which was going to get wiped out. You know, if we didn't do that B-2 attack, Israel would have been wiped out. They would have had a nuclear weapon within 2 weeks after that. And even now, I think they were looking to take over the Middle East, because when you look, and we have pretty good proof, all of those missiles that were so stupidly aimed at Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE, they're always saying, no, there was no reason. Well, I'll give you the best reason of all. Within a week, they were going to attack us 100%. They were ready. They had all these missiles, far more than anyone thought, and they were going to attack us. But they were going to attack all of the Middle East and Israel, and if they had a nuclear weapon, they would have used it on Israel. And this was going to be a major attack. And they had all of those missile sites and all those launchers that we got rid of, about 80% of them right now, by the way. Or anything. So the Strait of Hormuz is going to remain safe. We have a lot of Navy ships there. We have the best equipment in the world.
Now for the interesting facts segment, a school in South Korea gained global attention after introducing an innovative 3D printed yearbook designed for blind and visually impaired students. Instead of traditional photos, the yearbook features raised 3D images that allow students to recognize classmates and teachers through touch. I mean, it sounds simple, but it's nice for people that cannot see. That is something so special. The tactile portraits help visually impaired students experience school memories in a way that printed photos normally cannot provide. The thoughtful project was praised online for promoting inclusion and accessibility in education. Many people called it a powerful example of how technology and creativity can help ensure every student feels included in important school traditions.
Welcome to Real Conservative Headline News Travel Adventures. San Francisco is a vibrant, hilly city on the California coast, known for its iconic landmarks like the Golden Gate Bridge, Alcatraz, and cable cars, offering a blend of eclectic neighborhoods. From historic Chinatown to bohemian Haight Ashbury, it features diverse, world-class cuisine and stunning bay views. Key travel highlights, top attractions, visit Fisherman's Wharf, Pier 39, the Palace of Fine Arts, and Golden Gate Park. Neighborhoods, explore the unique cultures of North Beach, Little Italy, the Mission District. Best time to visit, September to November, offers the warmest, clearest weather.
Folks, that brings us to the end of today's headline news. Thanks again to everyone who continues to support my content. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stay blessed and stay safe most of all. In Jesus' name.